part of the story.
Okay, so he's just...
Yeah. We just maybe should I tell the story of the documentary?
I don't know. He's gonna ask me some questions here, but I'll hear you out. You wanted to tell me something.
Yeah.
So, what's your name?
Oh, okay, he's asking questions. I'm Christopher Cori. How you doing?
And Christopher, what do you think about your dreams?
I think my dreams tell the future, actually, or at least pertaining to my own future. Recently, I've had a couple of really vivid dreams, just like with my dad and with my job. And one was I saw the perspective from my father writing a letter to me saying that, you probably hate me right now at this part in life. And then later on in the day, we ended up having a verbal altercation, and I felt a lot of anger towards him. And I was thinking about the dream, and I'm like, wow, it really kind of came true. Except he didn't write me a letter. It just kind of foresaw that we were going to have a problem. The next day, I had another dream where I thought my boss was going to fire me, and I go in, and he says, well, business is really slow, and we can't afford to have you on the payroll right now, so I'm going to take you on the schedule for a couple weeks. And I was pretty bummed out about that, but I was like, there's another validation that my dream has come true. And hopefully there'll be more positive ones soon. But I think that they're very symbolic, and it gives me a little bit of wherewithal for what's going to come out of my day, I suppose. They're not always like that, but sometimes it happens.
Do you think
Sometimes they almost come true a little. Yeah. I get prophetic dreams a lot too. Cool.
do you think
I get really
have you ever gotten any dreams about or messages from beings from different dimensions?
Well, as far as beings from other dimensions, I guess I suppose in my sleep, not as much as I have from having psychedelic experiences that actually have opened me up to other dimensions, but also through meditation, I've had experiences with beings from another plane, but not so much in my dreams. Maybe characters who people I've met in my life who symbolize something divine, and they've come to me and given me cues for how I should be conducting myself, or what is to come way off in the future, and what I need to do to get to that future. So yeah, I've had some very.
Can you tell us about one of those experiences?
Well, there was an artist that I followed for a while called Alex Gray, and he is the founder of this organization called Chapel of Sacred Mirrors, and they focused a lot on how the world of psychedelics can influence. He was basically an artist. He used psychedelics in his artwork, and I thought that was really cool, and it kind of had a little bit to do with me and my own artwork. But he came into one of my dreams and said, I guess try I guess I was going through a hard time. It's everything's gonna be okay. You should just focus on doing some more paintings and meditating. And I took his advice, and I felt much better about where I was. Kind of a mentor thing. And I was wondering if maybe since he is such a spiritual guy, he was actually reaching out to me through an astral projection type activity. And I also
think he was personally trying to contact you.
Yeah, that's what I think. I've also had really vivid dreams of with my grandmother who died 3 years ago, or 4 now actually, and it's kind of I wake up but in the dream into a regular day, and I've gone down into my grandfather's house, and I'll see her there cooking, and say, hey, can you get me something out of the pantry? And I'm like, wait, but aren't you dead? And she's like, well, yeah, I am, but I just wanted to visit you and make sure you were doing okay. And it's kind of well, I guess there are people's, the essence of people's being is still here even after their bodies has gone. But does that mean there's no other plane after the death experience? Is everyone still trapped here? I'm not sure about that, but I wonder about it.
Have you ever tried to?
I'm starting to realize it's smart. We have to talk more because I'm pretty smart. I talk about deep shit like that too.
Yeah, man. All right. Yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever?
Especially when it comes to dreams and analyzing stuff in the spiritual aspect of life and dreams and stuff and how they affect you and just, you know what I'm saying? The fact that there's other stuff than just the physical part of this world.
Yeah, for sure.
People don't get that much, you know? People think everything's all science. No, it's not actually. I mean, I'm into science and stuff that can be proven and everything, but there's a lot of things that obviously, can't always be explained by like a math problem or,
well, one thing to think about is that, we're our bodies and everything else that we accept to be solid and real is actually mass of molecules and atoms just vibrating together to the point where we actually perceive them through light bouncing off these particles, and we interpret it to be solid. But it's actually moving much faster than we know, and if you were really to want to focus hard enough, you might be able to say like dematerialize, focus on another place and be there, like teleportation. And there's like, people who have apparently successfully attempted and completed these tasks. And I would love to know how to do it. Something that I hope to achieve one day.
Have you ever? You told me that spirits have contacted you, but have you ever tried to reach out to the other plane and contact them?
Well, I mean, I haven't really had much like purpose for contacting other spirits, but I think that there's a lot of people who do successfully, and for whatever their reasons are, it's definitely a world I'd like to explore more, but I just don't have a real purpose for it right now.
In a way, it's sort of against a lot of things of what the Bible says. It's sort of talking about contacting someone from the other dimension or plane was sort of you call it witchcraft.
Yeah, I personally don't think there's anything wrong with witchcraft, although I just haven't used it or practiced it in my own experience, but it's definitely something I have an interest in and would like to know the inner workings of it, or the rituals or ceremonies that allow people to delve into other realms and contact spirits. But a lot of it seems very like on the dark or wicked end of the spectrum, and it's kind of like, oh, let's go like contact some spirits so we can get what we want, and that's kind of selfish. Or
isn't that this phrase, do what thou will?
Yeah, well, do what thou will, I feel like it's just like empowering yourself to do what you will.
But couldn't that phrase mean something in a negative term? Like, because it basically means you can do whatever you think you want to do, no matter what everyone else thinks. Do what thou will.
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends on whether you actually believe anyone else matters. And like, all these people out here, I mean, I don't know them, and in essence, they don't matter to me.
But I'm not what about karma?
I don't believe in karma personally.
You don't believe in karma?
No.
Out of all the things you do believe in, karma is one thing you don't believe in.
No, I mean, it doesn't really make that much sense to me. I think that everything...
Cosmic balance?
What? We'll see.
Balance between negative and positive?
There's things that are negative and things that are positive, but I mean, like, that's if you attribute those qualities to something. But if you're just like, if you believe that what you're doing is good and right, who's to tell you that it's not?
Well, if you're doing things hatefully, I don't think that's a way to say do what thou will and you're doing something positive.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I don't do things out of hate ever.
But you're saying is, who's to tell me that I'm doing something wrong? Well, it's obvious if you're doing something wrong. It's common. If you're doing something wrong, people are going to see it.
Yeah, and generally that will reflect on your character and how people treat you. So in essence, that could be an example of what people believe to be karma. However, if you believe in it, it will be work. It will work against you or it will work in your favor. But I just choose not to
believe in it.
Yeah.
But what if,
and everything is subjective. Everything in life. So, I mean,
what if, for example, you kill somebody? Do you think you'll have karma from killing somebody?
Wait, some more time, please.
Killing someone.
What do I feel about it?
No, I mean, you're saying that you don't believe in karma. So if you kill somebody, you don't think there's any
Well, I think if you were going to kill somebody, it would have to be for a good reason. Like, and the reason is like if they have crossed you, if they have harmed your family or someone you love, you know, it'd have to be justified in some way.
But do you think there is justification for murder?
Yes, I do think so. I think if someone rapes your daughter, you should go murder them. I feel very strongly about that.
That's in a way we're talking about karma again, because
yeah, but that's me using my power and my will to make things right.
But sometimes things are beyond your power and beyond your will.
Absolutely. But I just don't know. I don't know. Like, karma is giving power to another force, and I just choose not to give power to another force. Just like,
but the force is with everybody and everything.
Yeah, everyone's equal.
Yeah.
But it depends on what sort of direction they go. If they project themselves positively or negatively.
Exactly. But that's you can sense it. You can meet somebody and basically sense if they have good intentions. But if you can also meet somebody and be like, okay, I'm not feeling this person. They want something from me. They want to take advantage of me. You know. And then you just move along. You just choose not to let that sphere of existence enter yours.
So in a way, you do believe in karma.
Well, again, like, I think what I'm doing is always the right thing, and so if I was to do something that other people perceive as wrong, how would it affect me negatively? Because it's just someone else's opinion. It's not my opinion.
It's not your opinion, but it's the opinion of I don't know, society, I guess.
Well, yeah, see, I'm not the kind of person who generally has any regard for what society has to say.
Anything? What about the people who live in society?
Well, I mean, my hope for humanity is that, you know, everyone is always moving in a direction of personal happiness. But again, that's an individual quest, and it's not for anyone else to tell you like how you should get there.
What about helping others?
Helping others is the best, but a lot of times people will be like, you know, I don't need your help. I want to accomplish this myself. You know, but then if you see somebody who's like, or that you actually know how to help them, instead of saying, oh, well, I'm just going to do it for the validation of my own, you know, goodness.
No, but the thing is, if you don't do it egotistically and you help someone through, I don't know, and I think it's different than if you do it because you think you're going to better yourself.
Yeah, well, the only time you should be doing, like, you know, selfless acts is just when it's selfless. But, you know,
actually, a lot of Kabbalists, they do things selflessly, and they completely take the ego out of all of their actions.
Yeah, I mean, that's my preferred way of acting at all times. But I mean, if you were to give yourself away all the time, you'd end up in a place where you would be in a complete state of despair and helplessness, and you would in fact need the help. So ultimately, you have to be in a state of balance and perfection of your own before you can help anyone else.
Well, nobody's perfect.
I mean, again, that's a personal opinion. If you feel like you're
perfect,
yeah, you are.
Why would you want to be perfect? I mean, what is perfection?
It's a personal happiness, or you know, that's what it is to me. I'm not perfectly happy. There's a lot of things that I want to achieve or do in my own world and for the outer world as well. But I'll only be able to get there once I've achieved what I want for myself, and then I could let the fruits of my labor, expand to the rest of the world.
What do you want to achieve?
Well, I would just like to help people, create and manifest their dreams in any format, mostly through the arts or